Oh my. This has been another incredible journey. Yeah, I need that, I need that, I need all that. I obtain an OMG. Oh my god. That was all... That was a lot to take in. How are we gonna get back? Hello. Alpha, your gesture serves no logical purpose. You are as incomprehensible as these mortals, but you did not fight them. How have you become like them? Omega, the anomaly you see in us, the answer you search for, is our heart, our spirit, the intangible strength of one soul. It is not a quality that can be measured or acquired through any amount of analytical combat. Instead of fighting against us, you might have, well, learned more by standing with us, just as Alpha did. Har, you speak of something more than what beats in your chest. The inconstant, immeasurable factor behind your victories. Midgard Solmer displayed it too, but such unpredictable potential was never part of my design. Projection. Had I integrated this quality, how powerful would I have become? Strong enough to return? Hey, Omega. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. 'Twas a long, lonely path you traveled to arrive here. To return across that vast distance alone, anyone with a spirit to break would find the journey more difficult, not less so. I see. I think I understand. The rift. It's destabilizing. gods take me for a fool. I hadn't planned past defeating Omega. No way. Raise Velgar? Auric, Alpha, hold on, we're coming. Wedge and Biggs is with him, on the back of a huge dragon. Raise Velgar. Midgard Sommer sent us to rescue you. Explanations can wait. Hop on, quick. Raise Velgar, wasn't it? Oh, thanks. You pulled us out of a tight spot indeed. Spare me thy pleasantries, mortal. I but lent my wings at the request of my sire. Ah, so Midgard Soma has been watching over us. I would dare give thanks to him as well. His intervention allowed us to continue our battle, and forever remove the threat of Omega from this world. From all worlds. In all the long centuries of mine existence, this marketh the first occasion my father hath asked of me a boon. A gift of gratitude and mayhap of atonement for those who would face the deadly foe he left behind. Will he remain in slumber? 'Tis likely, little one. What is but a fleeting respite from my sire might last a lesser creature's lifetime. But let not thy heart be troubled. Even in dream he doth keep his mind's eye upon the fate of this star. He is possessed of remarkable, devotion is mayhap the closest word in the tongue of men. His love is as boundless as the sea of stars, across which he carried his unhatched brood. It did sustain him, even as the arduous journey exhausted the fire in his mane, and when he at last arrived upon Heidelin, a sanctuary for his children, did he form with this land an irreplaceable bond. Enough. I have spoken overmuch, but I will praise your victory, as my father would surely wish to, were he here. Well, I can add being rescued by a great worm to the list of things I didn't expect to happen today. It was fortunate Raise Velgar agreed to come for us. We had to defeat Omega at any cost, of course, but I much prefer being alive to celebrate the deed. Let's check out our OMG. Gonna add it to my hotbar now. That's just incredible. Phew, I'm glad we got you out of there. I don't know what we would have done if Velka hadn't come along. The situation being what it was, Wedge and I came out to the yard to see if we could lend you a hand. Churchin's orders be damned. That's when we saw the aether bubbling like hot water in a pot. Just as we were debating whether or not we should jump in, that big surly dragon flew down to explain the anomaly. Then he offered us a ride. And the rest you already know. Jesse will be relieved to hear that Omega is gone, and you lot are safe. I say we head straight back to Ralgar's Reach and let everyone know the good news. Man. Midgard Sommer is one of my favorite characters in this game, in the lore of this game. The fact that he was just this, like, centuries, not even centuries, just eons old dragon, and he becomes our companion through all of it. Welcome back, Oric. You truly are a force to be reckoned with. If there's ever another Omega, I'd wager it'll skip to the experiments and go straight to generating a simulacrum of you. Not that I'd want that to happen. And besides, I don't think anyone can truly mimic your unique strengths. You're our one-of-a-kind hero. So does this mean we don't need to worry about Omega's monsters invading our world anymore? Aye, all of its creations vanquished, along with the rift itself. With Omega defeated, we averted that particular catastrophe before it began. Oric stuck the killing blow, of course, but we never would have made it that far without everyone's hard work and support. Once again, I'm sincerely grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful colleagues. Not to spoil the moment, Chief, but the Alliance leaders are anxious to learn of Omega's fate. When every head of state is clamoring for a report, you can't very well ignore them. How much do you mean to tell them? How much indeed? All of it. When it comes to the threat of Omega's magnitude, we have a duty to reassure our allies that the world is not coming to the end. And the best way to do that is to report every last detail. I'm surprised at you, Chief. I was almost certain you'd want to muddy the waters to prevent knowledge of this technology falling into the wrong hands or something similar. Ha! I doubt anyone outside our particular circle would even believe the tale. Experiments taking place in a rift between dimensions? Facing off against villains recreated from history and legend? Battling godlike beings from other worlds? And even assuming some ambitious fellow schemed to build an Omega of his own. The technology required is far beyond our reach as that terrible weapon's home star, a distant dream. Right. You heard the chief. We missed our chance on the front lines, but there's plenty of work left to be done. Round up everyone who's standing idle and get moving, or those reports. Oh, and don't forget to contact our people still out on the field. Thank you, Jesse. I'll leave things in your capable... Not so fast, Mr. Garland. You count as part of the support team as well. Oric did all the fighting, and Alpha did all that running. But surely you have energy to spare. Who exactly did you expect to sign off on those official reports? And even without that little chore, you have a pile of other company tasks that's grown high to an Oryx while you've been tending to this whole Omega business. Most importantly, isn't there someone else you should be sharing this victory with? Aye, I should probably head over to the infirmary right away. Meanwhile, you should take a well-earned rest. I don't think there's a way to properly reward you for all you've accomplished, but I'll see what we can do. I'm just glad to have everyone back in one piece. Take care of yourself, Oric. What are your plans now, Alpha? With Omega gone, you're your own chocobo now. You can do whatever you want. Anything at all. You want to go outside? Did you have some place in mind? Come on, Wedge. Get those Lalafell legs moving or I'll leave without you. Oh, on my way. I've got a lot of loose ends to tie up here, Oric. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten your reward. The Chief and I have something in mind. Alpha seems eager to see what Ralgo's Reach has to offer. Shall we go for a walk? Que under distant skies. Alpha appears to be watching the inhabitants of Ralgo's Reach with great interest. Que. Nero's not here? No, Chief. He said he needed time away for recuperation, and then he left. Recuperation? His wounds must be troubling him more than he let on. He asked me to give you this. What's this? A receipt for payment? It covers the cost for the following items: additional machine parts and implements, supplemental reference publications, expenses incurred in upgrading Magitech armor and gunhammer, funds spent on idle research during enforced convalescence. Oh, and it also includes a large sum listed as gratuity for exceptional services rendered. The entire amount was charged within your name, Master Garland. Find him. I want everyone searching for Nero right now. Everyone. They're probably not gonna find him. Nero always does that. He up and vanishes. Shows up to fight, gets his ass whooped, up and vanishes. Shows up to help us, then we think he's gonna die, and then up and vanishes. Then he appears again. Turns out he's alright. Helps us, and then, what do you know? He joins Garland Ironworks, and then up and vanishes. Nero never changes. Alpha appears to sense the solemn purpose of this place. A gentle pet might rouse him from his sudden melancholy. Ah, we got a pet Alpha. Oh, hello. What are you two up to? Taking in the sights, were you? And by the looks of things, you're eager to venture a little further afield. Well, if Oric has no problem with it, then neither do I. Just don't go too far, alright? Not good enough? I'm sorry, Alpha, but we're all a bit busy to show you around the fringes right now. And I'm not too sure about sending you out there all alone. When you think about it, this world is completely new to Alpha. And all he's done so far is travel back and forth between the Reach and the Yawn. I bet his head is filled with questions and curiosity. He doesn't want to be taken for a walk. He wants to go on an adventure. Alpha's not some helpless chick, Biggs. He's stronger than you or me. And I wish I was half as brave. He should be allowed to. Listen, I'm going to talk to the chief about this. You're an employee, so there are certain rules we have to follow. I'm not saying I'm against the idea, and I'm willing to admit that Wedge has a point. But as I said, we've all got important jobs to take care of, the chief included. Can you wait a little longer? Oric, would you mind keeping Alpha company till we get back? I promise we'll be quick. Sorry to keep you waiting. My desk was covered in paperwork, but I've managed to clear the way in most of the pressing matters. Now then, Alpha. I hear your heart's set on a journey of some kind. I just want to be sure. But you aren't leaving because you think you tricked us into the rift, or because you're Omega's creation or anything like that, are you? I would have stopped you if that was the case. Pure curiosity, on the other hand, is something I like to encourage. Exploring, interacting with the world. I think the experience will be good for him. Despite Omega's power, its potential to learn was hobbied by hostile directives. Alpha, on the other hand, is free to grow as he pleases. Very well, Alpha. As Chief Engineer of Garland Ironworks, I hereby grant you unlimited leave to pursue personal research. Travel far and wide and take in everything these lands have to offer. But do come back when you're ready. I'd hate to lose such a valuable employee. Alpha! I'll miss you so much. You be careful out there. If anyone seems suspicious or shady, you stay away from them, even if they offer you treats. And make sure you greet folks with a cheerful quay. They might not understand you, but at least they'll know you mean no harm. I'm sure you'll make new friends in no time. You just be yourself, you hear me? What in the hells? Ah, we forgot to shut it down. This is a model of Omega that Wedge and I were working on. We built it while we were resting, thinking it might be useful for figuring out strategies or something. Not much use now, I suppose. What? You want to keep it? It's just a toy that'll follow you around. If you're happy with that, then it's all yours. Fair journey to you, Alpha. Take care. Thank you, Ulrich. I'm off to see the world. No way. I bet you he possesses the echo too. Something amiss? That's strange. The echo never allowed you to understand him before. This is just a theory in mind, but assuming the absence of a soul is what prevented you from hearing Alpha's voice in the first place, then does it not follow that the reason you hear it now is... Aye, a little miracle, and it explains his sudden urge to travel. For a newborn soul, this world is brimming with unseen wonders. Nero. And so your journey begins. I almost envy you, Alpha. So many new things for you to discover. Speaking of which, what terrible marvels can I trouble my old friend with next? Oh wow. I guess they explore the whole world. Uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. He's got a flashlight. That was really sweet. That's a good way to end a raid. A raid story. Speak with Jesse. Okay, that's the last thing we gotta do. And for those who don't know, I hear that you can still see Alpha and Omega traveling the world, and like I think there's like 7 different locations. It's like several different locations that you can encounter them. It's really rare, but it's actually pretty cool. I hope Alpha enjoys his adventures. There's so much danger out there for one little chocobo. No, I'm sure he'll be fine. And dwelling on such things is not productive in the least. Why don't we discuss a happier subject, like your long-awaited bonus? We drained the coffers to fund your expedition. Why settle for coin when you can have the latest in automation technology? That's right, we're gifting you a premium mammoth, a one-of-a-kind master model for merchandise copies, constructed with our patented Ironworks quality. I present to you the Clockwork Alpha. Nice. So we get our own toy Omega and our own toy Alpha. Whenever you bring it out on your travels, may it remind you of the real Alpha, quaying along under some distant sky. Just the thought of it brings a smile to my face. That and the free advertising. Alright, a new chapter of New Game Plus has been added also. And now we just gotta get the Savage raids. Good morrow, valued employee. Thank you always for your tireless efforts. As part of the Savage Initiative, we bring you Phase 3 of our Mending Melodies selection. Today's composition is a Greetings, Alpha Group. Uh-oh. Omega? Do not be alarmed. The recording is being transmitted the instant prior to my irreversible dissolution of form. I will have already ceased to exist. My impending defeat has initiated a pinpoint analysis of mortal customs, and numerous examples throughout history demand that the victor of a contest, such as we have fought, is due some manner of reward. Though my directives make no mention of remunerations, I have calculated that the risk of neglecting long-held protocol results is a non-zero probability of... At the time of this transmission, I lacked the requisite temporal and etheric resources to produce a material prize. Instead, I will provide you with an alternative of inestimable value. Inestimable value. It is highly probable you already possess a record of your battle performance. As such, I have enhanced your base encounters with supplemental data to provide a more stimulating experience. These enhanced encounters would be impossible in reality, but simulations can be sufficient to nurture your continued evolution. This will be my last and only message to you. Transmission ended. Unscheduled transmission. I have learned that your automatic memory processing and data simulation function is known as dreaming. While I was unable to assimilate your self-described strength of soul, extensive observation of mortal behavior has provided me insight into suitable phrases from myriad situations. Thus, in anticipation of your forthcoming sleep cycle, I bid you good night and sweet dreams. And with that, I bid you all a very fond farewell.